So I know I said last time that my video was going to be about ways to survive freshman year, but I figured that is a topic that I can't just like jump into without having preparation. And unfortunately, I did not put forth much preparation because school just got out, May 23rd. Holla! So it's summer and I just got back from my cabin. So I figured, why not talk about something fun you can do over the summer? Like reading! I don't mean that sarcastically either. I have a list of books on my wall that are must-reads, and the list is pretty long. So far this year, I've read 9 books, so that's good. That's typically how much I read over a course of... So far this year, I've read 9 books, so that's fun. And I'm going to talk about some books that you can read over the summer. Harry Potter. Self-explanatory. I felt that I needed to talk about this one because my main channel username is On My Way to Hogwarts. So I'm pretty sure there's not a single person out there who's never heard of Harry Potter. And if you haven't, here it is for you to hear about now. Yes. Harry Potter wasn't my childhood. I got into it through Star Kid, actually. Not gonna lie. But I love it just the same. And I recommend it. Go read it. Good, fun story. And they're a lot better than the movies. Even though the movies are pretty good, I recommend the books. I recommend the books. Another series that I recommend is Hunger Games. I read this at the beginning of the year. I read these books in the course of 4 days, and I only had the third one. That's weird, right? Yeah, okay. But they're really good. If you've seen the movie sucked. I thought it did. I thought it was awful. I mean, I understand that it's different than the book, but that's another thing I could talk about. But I didn't like it, and I recommend the books because I feel though the movie was a bit kind of rushed in my opinion, and I feel as though you get a sense of more of a connection to the characters, and you get less of a love story, which I find amazing because I used to be really into love stories when I was younger, and I'd read about them all the time. But now this book isn't all about the love story, and I feel like the movie made it about that. The Maze Runner trilogy. This is another trilogy where I only own the last book because I got the first 2 from the library. Libraries are really great, by the way, because you can check out books for free. Go to your library. But anyway, these books, The Maze Runner, The Scourge Trials, and The Death Cure, I was recommended it, not directly, but I saw a video by Joey Garcia, I think that's his last name, but he was talking about, hey, if you like the Hunger Games, you should read these books. So I did, and I fell in love with them. I actually love them a lot more than Hunger Games. It's about this boy named Thomas who wakes up one day in this metal elevator, and he only knows his name. He doesn't know his age, he doesn't know where he is, who he is. Well, he knows his name, but he doesn't know where he's come from, and he doesn't remember any of his friends, his family, or anything. He has faint memories, but he can't place the time, location, or people who he was with in those memories. And he wakes up, and the metal elevator opens, and he's in this place called the Glade. And the Glade is essentially this huge place surrounded by 4 walls, and there's only boys there. And they've been there for years, and he gets there, and they're all like, hey, you're the newbie. Can't remember what they called the newbies, but there was a certain word for the newbies. Greenie, I think. Maybe. I don't know. But so there's that, and then the next day, a girl comes, and this is the first girl they've ever seen in the years of the Glades, and there's people who've been there since the very beginning, and they've never seen a girl for years, and then everything just falls, for lack of a better term, everything just falls to shit. And it's about them getting out, and I know that was a horrid explanation of the book, but look up a synopsis online, because I recommend it very highly, and you will love it. 7th grade was Secrets of My Hollywood Life, and these books are actually hilarious. Jen Coletta, I always say her last name wrong, I butcher it, is a very good author, and she wrote another one of my favorite books called Sleepaway Girls, and this is one of the only books that I can stand to reread. I would actually read it right now. I should do that later. But Secrets of My Hollywood Life is about a girl named Caitlin, I think. Caitlin Brooke, yep. And she's Hollywood's it girl, and it's about her There's 5 books. I still have to read the latest one called Broadway Lights. But it's about her adventures. The first book is about her going to public school, disguised. And I can't remember what the next books are like about bad co-stars and stuff. And it's really cool because Jen used to interview Hollywood it stars, so it's really interesting to hear actual insight. And then Sleepaway Girls is about, if you couldn't tell, it's about a summer camp. And I can't even, oh, this book, I love it so much. Sam Montgomery is my spirit animal, everyone. Let's just face it, I was meant to play her in the movies, if they ever do a movie about this book. Going back to the whole idea of love stories, this is the most cliche love story I've ever read in my entire life. It's very much like Sarah Dessen. I also recommend The Truth About Forever by Sarah Dessen. But it's very much like a Sarah Dessen-esque. It's about 2 people who are dating, they're best friends, these 2 are in love. And you can probably guess from the cover who gets the guy. But I don't know why I like the way it's written. It's funny. And I read it within a night, and it's an easier read if you're looking for a cute little love story. Yes. And so now I guess it's time to talk about one of my favorite books of all time, but I really wonder what that would be. I mean, it's not like it's about Hazel Grace Lancaster or anything, and her adventures with Augustus Waters, or going to Amsterdam, or it has anything to do with Nerdfighteria, or John Green. Oh wait, it does! The Fault in Our Stars. This book, I read it in 2 days. I would have read it faster, but I had to sleep. This book is so beautiful, and typically I don't get invested, or I don't cry. I didn't cry during this book, but I felt like crying. I typically do not get invested in characters this much. John Green writes so beautifully, and if you watch his Vlogbrothers videos, you know just how wonderful he is in person, and he just pours all this wonderful emotion into this book, and it's not just sad. It's not like I tell my friends about it, and they go, so what's it about? And I go, a girl has cancer. Like, cancer book, oh god, no, I can't, no, cancer book, no, I can't do it. But it's not a typical cancer book, and that is what's so beautiful about it. And I recommend it so highly. I've had, let's see, who did I recommend it to? I recommended my cousin Natalie, my girl books. I read these in about 6th or 5th grade. This is upside down. That's nice. Nice, Emily. And they're good. They're about quirky girls. I'm a quirky girl. I'm a quirky girl. Well, that's why I like it. This book is ruining my life.